Hugo, you can go through it. In the Smith filing, a White House staffer says he overheard Trump say, win or lose, you have to fight like hell. There's a person named P15 who's a White House aide and Trump's body man in the West Wing. His name is Nick Luna. He testified before a federal grand jury in 2023. Smith says that Luna overheard Trump say to Melania, daughter and son-in-law, and presumably Jared and Ivanka, while aboard Marine One. Smith considers the statement to be private. So he heard Trump overtell family members, it doesn't matter if you win or lose the election, you have to fight like hell. What this indicates, to my reading of it, is that Donald Trump was told numerous times he lost the election. He knew he lost the election, but that his strategy going in was, I'm just going to say I won.
Look, among the new parts of the evidence that was presented in this brief was, number one, Trump was talking with all sorts of people pre-election, October 2020, that he was going to do this, that he was going to sow doubt in the outcome of the election, regardless of what happened. Because if he won, it's great, he won. But if he lost, he was going to say, well, I won anyway. And this was pre-planned. And, you know, Jack Smith goes to great lengths to say, this is clearly a conspiracy if even before the election, you are going to say you're going to basically say, I won anyway. So that was number one. Number two, there is this theme that Jack Smith comes back to over and over again in trying to show that they can continue with this case to trial. And that is, Trump consistently used other people to do his dirty work. And if you're using other people, private actors, to do your bidding to get, for instance, to pressure Pence to object to the certification on January 6th, that is a crime. And by the way, that's not in the confines of the official conduct of the presidency. Yeah. Because presidents don't get private actors to go do their things to then commit crimes. And that is a theme that comes over and over again. And it's, you know, Nick Luna, for instance, is actually a really interesting example you bring up, because Nick Luna now is on J.D. Vance's team. He's back with the Trump campaign after taking some time out. And so these people are coming back into the fold. And this is a reminder of just what they went through and what the situation was in 2020.
Let me just real quick, December 21 private lunch in which Pence encouraged the defendant not to look at the election as a loss, just an intermission. This was followed later in the day by a private discussion in the Oval Office in which the defendant asked Pence, what do you think we should do? Pence said, after we've exhausted every legal process in the courts and Congress, if we still come up short, the defendant should take a bow. Jack Smith claims these conversations like these, Hugo, don't relate to Pence's role as president. I mean, this seems obvious because, you know, what John Roberts essentially did is to say total immunity and to try to get Trump out of this problem. But the problem is, when you just read the plain facts of what Trump was doing, there's nothing about that that's the job of the president.
Yeah, 100%.
Or the vice president.
100%. And all the way through the 165 pages, Jack Smith goes to great lengths to say, look, the Supreme Court has laid out this test. This is the law of the land now. Presidential immunity exists. But as long as Trump was acting as a candidate for office, everything he does under that moniker is not covered by presidential immunity. And so he goes through the list. He goes through, like, you know, January 4, for instance, when Trump meets with Pence and John Eastman, and they exclude the White House counsel from that meeting as they're trying to pressure Pence to object to certification. And Jack Smith goes like, there is no clearer definition of private conduct when you're excluding the White House counsel, only having a personal lawyer. Same again on January 5 on a phone call when there's Trump and Pence and John Eastman again trying to pressure Pence. And again, they exclude other people from getting on the call. It's only the Trump personal attorney who is on the call.